During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking egg.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
And good afternoon. How's everybody doing out there? It's a wonderful Monday edition, Revenge of the Cis, the show that is aiming very slowly in our uphill battle to save Western civilization one dick joke at a time. Mike Sheely, Royce Lopez, the leaders of the media insurgency, kicking off your week with you. Like, subscribe, share this stream right now. Get us some new fans. Shout out to Sneckles, our brand new fan in the chat. And yeah, what else? like, subscribe, share, all that. Rate us 5 stars. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing?
So many things.
Another exciting week to kick off with you.
How do we want to talk about this? All right. Mike Mersch, so he doesn't have to talk himself up, wrote an article on our site about certain allegations that have been going around on verifiable allegations, by the way, at least verifiable in that the person who is saying them is the person who they say they are.
Yes.
Okay.
And that the person has, provided plenty of juicy little tidbits of specific information and
Now,
evidence.
I have read the article before it was posted. Several people read the article before it was posted. And I can say with 100% certainty, there is nothing actionable or slanderous.
Oh, well, we'll get into that.
No, we will, but I'm going to say that real quick in our article. Okay? Just before we even move on, I'm prefacing by saying that. Anyway, Mike, go on. Sorry, you were saying.
Oh, yeah. So the story goes that Anthony Cumia, former host of the Opie Anthony Show, owner of Compound Media, host of the Artie and Anthony Show on Compound Media, somebody we know, somebody we've known in the past, somebody who's always been a bit unique and off-putting in his lifestyle. I don't think that's any kind of a secret. However, over the years, and I mean, this isn't like internet rumors because this is stuff that happened years ago that I was keeping track of while it was unfolding.
Right.
Incidents where Anthony was catfished by a gentleman who was pretending to be a 13, 14-year-old girl. He was buying gifts for this young lady, allegedly, on his Amazon wish list. Well, not even allegedly, because he admitted to it.
Yeah.
Which
is not illegal, by the way.
No, it's not illegal, but it's unusual.
Yeah.
And I think that in the new era of being a little bit more, trying to be a little more vigilant in this day and age about creepy things that go on in our culture, the Me Too movement, things of that nature, people are starting to put a highlight on an act that is known as grooming, which is, it's weird when you have a young woman who is not related to you in any way, has no connection to you whatsoever, and you're buying them gifts. You may not be doing anything illegal, but it is considered unusual. Anthony would later go on to delete his Vine account because one of the eagle-eyed Reddit users noticed that he had a Vine account and that he had used his Vine account to like 81 things, and that 70 of the things he liked were all pictures and videos of this really young girl. Again, not illegal, but it's a girl with braces, and it was weird. I went beyond, well, before we get into the actual thing, Danny Ross, another guy that we've had our dealings with.
Doesn't like us, by the way, either. So let's start with that.
Not a fan of mine.
He doesn't. Or of mine.
And for the record, because now I'm being accused of cooperating with the Reddit thread, which, by the way, bashed my article and bashed me, and they all hate me, and they all hate Danny, and Danny and I hate each other. There's not a lot of love lost on that fucking Reddit board. So nobody's working in agency with one another.
No, not at all.
This person came to Reddit recently claiming to be Danny Ross, who was a guy that was producer for Opie and Anthony Show for years. Lived with Anthony Cumia for years. They were best friends. They were inseparable. He had a lot of firsthand accounts of things that went on there. Danny alleged some downright illegal sexual assault.
And he's been public that this is him who's saying it. And Mersch actually wrote another article about this, not as in depth, but a month ago.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Because I reached out to this person and I was like, I don't know if this is really Danny. I need to verify before I write an article. I'm going to be responsible here. And let's just say, no love lost between Danny and myself. His very specific, very angry response to my query left me to believe that it was, in fact, Danny Ross.
Yeah.
It was very specific, and I was like, oh, it is Danny then. All right, cool. Danny has gone on to allege extremely disgusting behavior. He's
Again, alleged.
Alleged.
We have no idea if Danny's telling the truth or not. And I would think at least I'll say it because, since you wrote it, I'll tell you, just me by reading your article, I 100% got, even especially at the end, that you were just relaying information that has been publicly alleged against him. Someone that, by the way, not some random person, not some fucking, loser in a basement, somebody who lived with him and who worked with him. And by the way, doesn't like us either. So it's not like we're working with Danny. Danny fucking hates me.
This is more than we had on Schneider.
Yeah, you're right.
To be fair.
Mm-hmm. However, no. But again, I'm just being clear. The article is us reporting on a former friend of his, allegations.
Let's get something straight.
We never made any allegations of our own. We simply reported things that have been publicly out there. They've been on Reddit for a long time, and we basically curated them and put them in one place so everyone can make up their mind.
Yes, I reported. No, I didn't report that you did something, and I reported that an extremely notable person from your life, I think that's an inarguable fact.
Yes.
A very publicly known figure from your life came out and made horrendous allegations against you. I was reporting on that fact that he had reported allegations against you. Your fight is with him, pal. I reported in the article that, according to Danny, and he uploaded it, audio of you calling him recently. Instead of threatening lawsuits, instead of doing anything, what did you do? You just bragged about banging his girlfriend while you two drunkenly slurred at each other on the phone. This is your fights with him.
Perfect example. Because this show's political and we mess with Hillary a lot. If Huma Abedin came out on Reddit and we know it's her, and she started accusing Hillary of doing terrible things,
we would be all over that shit.
We would write an article about it and go, "Wow, this person was very close with them. Look at this." I want to be clear. Mike and I both were huge fans of O&A back in the day.
Were you?
I actually will admit this. I was one of the people that helped Anthony set up his studio in his home before he had, he moved, when he was still doing O&A. And he invited me over. I've been over to his house, and I'll say this again. I was there one night, but I didn't see anything when I was there, Now, with that being said, that was one night out of 365. I don't know. A person who was there who was very mad at him is making these allegations. In the last article we wrote, why are you not going after him? If he is lying.
He's the guy you have to go after.
If he is lying, then if it was me, it wasn't me, but if it was me.
Let me tell you, see, but it would be very, very unpleasant for this particular Cumier individual. And
if I know I didn't do it, I would be like, I'm suing this gentleman. So going after us for reporting what somebody else said, and we did try to reach you for a comment, and even afterwards, again, when you did get in contact with us after the article was out, we even gave you an opportunity to give a comment, and we would update the article with said comment. The comment could have been, Danny's a fucking liar. He's not telling the truth. Here's the reasons.
Yeah. The bottom line is that, I guess, as Royce has already kind of let you guys know, Mr. Cumia decided to reach out to us last night.
Via email and DM.
Now, we thought the email we thought was bullshit.
Yeah.
Then Royce started rereading it, and he started becoming more convinced. And I'm like, I don't know. It could be any fucking jerk-off. It could be any fucking O&A fan.
And then Mike got a new friend on Twitter.
And then Anthony Cumia followed me on Twitter and DM'd me. And I was like, okay, maybe it's him. So he's told me that it was a scumbag move and that I shouldn't believe things I read on Reddit. And Danny Ross is a drug addict and a loser.
Okay.
And that I'm buddying up trying to be heroes with the Reddit guys and Danny Ross, who, by the way, I find all of those human beings to be detestable. Mm-hmm. He accused us of trying to generate clicks off of this drama, which, all right, guilty of that.
Yeah.
It's your drama.
Kind of like how you try to generate clicks off, how you guys generate clicks off of Anthony Weiner's dick pic. Yeah, we know.
Like, if you look, if we came out of the clear fucking blue and just said, hey, what if so-and-so is a kid diddler, right?
We did not do that.
And got a shitload of clicks. Whoa, buddy. Would that be a wave of shit? Is it wrong when your best buddy or your old best buddy comes out and goes, hey, by the way, I filed a police report back a few years ago because he was diddling a kid? For us to say, for the sake of clicks, hey, our audience, a lot of people know this guy and this other guy. I verified it's the guy.
Right.
I'm going to write a story about how this guy is saying this shit. Somebody's got to be done about this.
And even in the article, you say, if these allegations are true, then you should probably take legal action against the person that's making these allegations. We're not making these allegations. Never have. Nothing in the article implicates that.
Mr. Cumia did tell us that these things we've written are actionable.
Yeah,
that he will
treading on actionable.
And that he will be taking action.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, bud. You can try. You're going to go to a bunch of attorneys. And several attorneys might go, are these allegations false? And you'll go, yes. And they'll go, well, hot damn, you got a case. Where's this Danny Ross fella? And you're going to go, no, I want to sue Mersh. And they're going to go, that's fine, but he didn't do anything. I just read the article 4 times. I had an assistant read it too. Where's this Danny Ross fella? That's the guy you got to go take your shit up with, bud. And if you sue him and win, we'll fucking happily write a story about how you sued Danny into oblivion, and rightfully so.
Yeah, absolutely.
But don't fucking threaten me, pal, because you got your own problems right now. You just posted that picture, fucking Stuttering John's tranny daughter. With
that's something different. We were going to talk about that
brutal.
Anyway. Apparently, he was in some sort of Twitter fight with Stuttering John, and mind you, I'm blocked by Stuttering John. I've gotten into fights with that fucking idiot. I don't like him.
He's blocked and unblocked me multiple times.
However, I saw that he was getting into a fight with him, which is normal. Fine, you fight him. But then you pointed it out to me that he posted a picture of his son, daughter who was transitioning to a son. How old was this person?
Got to be of age. Looked of
age.
Like
okay.
Young 20s.
Yeah. And that person was not involved in this feud, right?
No.
At all.
Nope. No face blurred out, no nothing. And a picture of them fresh after their, forgive me, I don't know the name of the surgery where they take your...
Mastectomy?
Mastectomy, but when they make you a dude.
Yeah.
He just got that surgery, I guess, and there was a picture. And he posted a tweet with the picture, no face blurred out, and being like, imagine being a father to this, what a fucking disgrace as a father you have to be, and a failure, and he took it down, but it was like, I sent it to Royce. And Royce usually will write back like a nice long message, or like, what a piece of shit, da, da, da. I think he just wrote back like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And I was like, we've been fucking ruthless in the past, but I don't think we've ever taken it to that level. Mm-hmm. Long story short, you're not winning a lot of friends. You're walled up in your little compound. You could try to come after us with what little fucking resources and shit you have left. It's not gonna happen. Best case scenario, you can go after me, and I ain't got shit for you. Sorry, bud.
It was a blog post, and as you know, with our blog, this isn't the New York Times. This isn't the New York Post. We have several people that contribute to our blog. Mersh is one of them, and we love all the people that write on our blog. So, with that being said, this story passed every test. There was no slander. You've done radio for a long time, bud. You have.
Let me put it this way. I worked on this story for a good week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To get it perfect. When I handed it off to 4 other people to look at, some of which have nothing to even do with our show or our website, just people I trust and respect. Like, I handed it off to them going, honestly, even if they have a problem with it, I know it's perfect.
Right.
Beyond that, I handed it off, and multiple other people with different personalities and perspectives and backgrounds all went, yeah, that all seems fine. Sounds horrible, by the way, but it all seems fine. I'm like, thank you.
And the thing is that...
You're going to go after me.
This information...
And then he unfollowed me. Back to obscurity for you!
That's right. Go after Mike. I didn't write it. I am fucking with you.
Dude, go ahead. What is he going to... Come on, the fucking Battle of the Long Islanders. Let's do this. Do it on the people's court like your fucking brother.
Bam, bam.
We'll get fucking. Come on, let's do it on the people's.
Go on, Judge Wapner. Have
Let's
a couple
do it.
laughs.
Let's do this, Ant. We'll both get. Look, let's be honest. You're behind a paywall. Your numbers are shrinking. They're not growing. Let's work something out.
Good question.
You'll get some TV coverage. We'll get some TV coverage.
Have a couple laughs.
We'll go in front of Judge Judy. Have a couple laughs.
Dr. Prony in the chat says, good question. Do you think that Anthony may like Caveman Nitro?
I believe that Anthony Cumia over the years has fancied a Caveman Nitro.
Mike, as somebody who used to like Caveman Nitro,
I wouldn't say that Anthony Cumia loves Caveman Nitro the way I did, or let's
Kurt
say
Metzger.
Kurt Metzger does. But I do have a feeling that consumption of Caveman Nitro energy drinks might be a factor in Mr. Cumia's erratic behavior.
Okay.
You got to stay up, man.
This information was out there. If this information was out there, be honest with yourself. Let's be honest with each other. If this information was out there, and all of a sudden Jackie the Joke Man was accusing this stuff about Howard Stern, accusing it publicly,
and you know what? It would never happen. You know why? Because Jackie the Joke Man bangs sleazy old comedy club dwelling chuckle fuckers like Bob Levy, like respectable men.
No, you misunderstand me. Jackie the Joke Man is the Danny in this situation.
Oh, you're saying if he came out and was like, yeah, Howard Stern was banging
blah, blah,
all
blah,
kinds
blah,
of
blah,
kids,
blah, blah.
we would be like, what? Like, we would probably go live.
Yeah.
Like, if it came out at 9 o'clock at night, Royce and I would be going, we got to go live right now. Like, he's saying Howard's a diddler. And it's not, again, we're not talking about if...
and by the way, it's not like we're going to go, yeah, he's telling the truth. No, but it is pertinent information. It's stuff that is out there.
And we're not talking about a guy like, let's say...
Here's a guy.
One of the real B team players.
Yeah.
Like, let's say like some fucking B team guy from Howard 101 News got fired and came out and said Howard was a diddler. You'd be like, you were so many degrees removed from Howard that you never. There's no way you'd even know about that. So stop.
It's not like like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy who lived in your house. And bro, the screenshots of you offering self-cutting girl a wing of the compound and plane tickets to come fly out, those are real. You really did those things on Twitter. Those things happen. Now you can go, well, it's not illegal. It's not illegal.
It's not.
Fucking weird.
Even in the article, it is prefaced on almost every paragraph by saying these things are not illegal. We're not saying you did anything illegal. Listen, I don't like Danny. I would like as much as anybody else.
Can't stand Danny.
I would like for as much as anybody else for Danny to be outed as a fucking liar. If he's lying,
yeah, I can't
out
stand
him.
Danny. But then go sue him. Come after us.
Out him.
I don't like Danny either. But again, like Royce said, he was he was in pretty close proximity to you. And if he came out, if anybody in that proximity to somebody comes out and says something like that, that's specific. And let's be real. The other stuff in the article is all true. And I fucking corroborated it. If you think Danny Ross is the only person I've been in touch with, you're fucking lying to yourself. You're freaking the fuck out. Because I've been in touch with other people, bud. And people remember Kurt Love, a.k.a. Jeffrey Hollander, being at your house a lot, bud. It's not just Danny Ross.
And that's not illegal.
Again, it's not illegal, but we're
reporting
that's
on
something that's true.
I'm with you, but I'm prefacing the things you're saying. None of this is. We're not alleging any illegal behavior, dude. Not even in the slightest.
Danny Ross is the one who alleged,
and we are writing an article about it. Well, Mersh wrote an article about it. I didn't do anything.
It's true.
I wasn't even saying that wouldn't be a dick. I want to give you credit because
of course, yeah, no, of course, it's all about the credit. Look, bud,
and
I'm really not worried. And again, it's for what I own in this world. To go through this, dude. Honestly, I will go get the most shit hack, fucking washed up attorney in the world that will take this pro bono, and we'll be on the front page of Newsday every day for the next 2 years. If you sued me, I will promise you, at the very least, I'll turn this into a goddamn circus. And you know I could. You know if anybody is capable of turning this into an all-out, crazy, pedogate, QAnon, boomer, alt-right shit show. Let's do it, bud. But at the end of the day, people are going to go, wait, so that guy wrote an article, right? Okay, fine. But what's with this guy getting catfished by girls he thinks are worthy? At the end of the day, when the stink blows away, it's not going to be on me, dude.
If this was any other, if Owen Schroyer was fired and the next day came out and started saying, hey, you know Alex Jones is yada, 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 we'd be writing articles about it. That's what we do. We don't have a hard-on for you. We don't even have a hard-on to go after anybody.
Oh, but I will if this fucking...
But if a lot of... I know. I'm saying, but if enough people, and we see enough credible people starting to say things, and again, it's not just Danny. But again, to show you, the stuff that we didn't... Well, the stuff that Mike didn't even post...
Yeah, I filtered out a lot of shit, because I'm not trying to go conspiracy guy.
No.
And I wasn't trying to go fucking, full QAnon boomer retard with
No.
it. I actually the reason it took so long is because there was so much shit to go through.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff. Let me tell you something, bud.
Mike has been...
I'm on the fence about some of the stuff I didn't print.
Mike has been working for a month on this article. So it wasn't just, hey, let me pop something on my site. And by the way, also accused of we're trying to get more clicks on our new site. Yeah, I guess, but
of course,
to be honest with you, we got more clicks on the other article you wrote and are always going to get more.
And look, you can call me out for whatever you want, but name something I haven't been ahead of the game on that site. Like, go look at, just click on the author and I'll click on my name and go look at the articles I posted. Not like the opinion shit and all that. I'm talking about like the newsy stuff. And then go look and type in that headline and go look days later when it breaks on fucking New York Times, CNN, Vice. Like, I'm beating people to the punch. And again, in the course of doing that, you report on allegations. You report on high profile allegations, things like that, before other people do. Your problem is with him, bud. It's it's not good. And again, from what I sorted through, I held back a lot, as Roy said. And like, I'm 60-40 on some of the stuff I didn't report. There's stuff I didn't report on that I'm pretty certain is legitimate. But I covered my ass on this. So
I guess.
Oh my God! Don't please, because
It's okay.
I will make it my life's work.
Don't worry about it, because that's enough. The article is there. Everyone could read it.
This fucking guy.
And if we are lying, again, put it out. Why are you coming behind our back, behind everyone's back, and doing it via DM and doing it via email? Call us out. Put us on blast to put that article. If someone wrote an article about me, I'll put it this way, and it was wrong, I would share it so fast and go, "Can you fucking believe what they did?"
Yeah, I've always said that. I'd be like, "Look at this Photoshop."
Are you fucking serious?
Look at these lies.
So again, your beef is with the person making the allegation. If it's not true, then go after that person. Like Mike said, sue him out of existence. And I promise you that I know Mike, there will be a story written about that on our same site.
Go after the guy who's posting pictures of the pool parties and shit that was going on. That's not me, dude.
No.
You ain't trace any of that shit back to me. But again, when you're fucking skimming around looking for something and you see that and you're like, whoa, what? You start digging and you go, well, shit, there's a story here. If the story is not about this thing that happened,
then it's about somebody,
needs to be about you going after him.
Correct.
But that now the ball's in your court. But if you're gonna go after us, it's gonna make you look more guilty, pal. That's all it's gonna do. It's not gonna look good for you. Who's the person reporting about an allegation? Your lawyer's gonna laugh at you. Every single lawyer is gonna go, "You're goddamn right. You got a lawsuit. Go get me this Danny Ross fella." And you're gonna go, "I don't want to sue him. I want to give Mersh." Lawyer's gonna go, "I know. I understand that. We all want things." It doesn't work that way.
Well,
fucking retard.
That's enough of that. I'm sure all the fans don't want to just fucking listen to us talk about him. And again, dude, we're doing fine on our own, bud. We're doing perfectly fine on our own. All right, we're just hitting our stride. We're okay.
Turn this into a bloody shit show. It's what I'm good for. You think you're good at taking a situation and blowing it up? Whew. Man, when worlds collide, nigga. We will remind everybody in the world why people look at Long Island and go, ugh, enough.
Those allegations have been out there for more than a year.
And most of it's not, he's still going after this one part of it.
Yeah.
This tiny part of the story that's between you and Danny. But what about all the other stuff there, dude? The fucking Vine stuff is creepy. Again, the Amazon stuff, it's creepy, but it's all relevant. It's all
legal,
relevant.
though. All legal.
It's creepy.
But legal. And by the way, back to the Stuttering John thing. Listen, Mike and I were talking about it, too. We're fucking assholes. We've done some, even in our worst, and this is us at our best. This is us at our best. We have been bad. We have been, just fucking terrible people. Look up old Fifth Circle archives. You would be fucking shocked. Never have we gone after somebody's kids, dude. You went after somebody's kid who had nothing to do with it. Dude, come on, man. Why would you go after somebody's kid? I don't like Stuttering John. I may like him less than Anthony.
I did make fun of somebody's kid once.
Who?
I did. I'm not gonna say I'm above making fun of somebody's kids, but again, I
don't think I have.
I've never posted a picture of somebody's kid and been like,
That's
look
true.
at this bag of shit.
Yeah.
I have said things about somebody's kid that made them upset. Yeah, remember Alice from Philly?
Right.
Yeah, Alice from Philly doesn't speak to me.
He has no food.
No, that's Evan.
Is it the same person at this point?
Kinda.
They look the same.
I guess.
They're the same. Anyway, look. So again, the story's up there. We are reporting on allegations. That's our end of it. That's it.
It's not gonna come after us. I hope you come after me, dude. I really fucking pray you come after me, because it's gonna be a fucking shit show, and everybody's gonna go, okay, cool, we got all that out of the way. It's actually Danny and Ross. But what is the deal with all the stuff in this article? You can't have this lawsuit without talking about all of the stuff in this article and all the stuff I left out of it. And then we got to depose the other. You got to take this. You're a gambling man. He's a betting man. He likes to bet. He likes to gamble. So I'll do a little bet with him right now. I'm not going to show my cards, right? See, here are my cards. Now, you think that I'm just holding a Danny. I got a Danny card and a Reddit card. And that's what I'm holding. And you're thinking, yeah, that's all he's got. He's bluffing. So, go ahead and sue me. Did I do my due diligence? Do I have another card that I didn't use? And again, anonymous source, whatever. I respect that shit. But if I get sued and it becomes a whole fucking deposition thing, we'll find out who that source was. But god damn it, man. Again, you're a good gambling man. Read my face. Did I just do it based on Danny and Reddit? It's not worth the bet.
So read the article. Go ahead.
We'll get into the
read the article.
We'll get into the Legos.
And let me know, and let us know, and let Mike know what you think. I'm talking to the fans now. Read it. It's on our site. You can't miss it. And let us know what you think. Had this been anybody else in this situation, we would have written about it. Moving forward, we're going to write about this stuff. If you've heard about this show, we literally went after a blind item and basically called out it was Charlie Sheen, you know?
And Jeff Ballard.
Yeah, and Jeff Ballard. So again...
No, we said it wasn't them.
Wasn't them that we know of.
Yeah, just like it's very true that you're probably totally not finger-banging 14-year-olds.
Yeah, you're not. So leave us alone.
In your theater, in your Long Island home. You're totally not doing that. We're saying that. Fine.
Yeah, Danny's a liar.
Statement. So, actually, yeah, you know what? I want to say that right now because he did say emphatically, obviously that he's a liar. So, Anthony Cumia does want me to let you guys know that he emphatically denies finger-popping 14-year-olds in his theater in his Long Island home. Just want to make that clear. Couldn't make that clearer.
There you go.
Don't make this a thing, bud. We're on 5 days a week, just like you.
Yeah, so we wrote the article. Sorry you don't like it. You had a chance to comment on it. You didn't want to. You've been ignoring these allegations for a long time. And it seems the person that is making them is not afraid to say who they are or what they think you did. So go ahead, everyone read the article. I have no problem with it. You want to move on to something else?
Moving on, of course.
Let's move on. Let's not make it all about this. So now we're going to talk about Artie's heroin. I'm kidding.
It's like, yeah, it was like a Corrado Soprano over there. I gotta go take another break.
All I remember is when I was a young O&A fan in my 20s, early 20s. You were going after the old guys and you were going after them to make your name. I remember Jocktober and ripping into people and saying the mayor died. I remember all these things. I remember all of these things. So now when somebody comes after you in a very similar way, you come after people, you can't act shocked, man. You can't.
You know the classic meme of the person throwing shit over a wall and then it getting flung back at him and being like, oh, hell, that's Anthony Cumia in a nutshell. So you did it for years, then they started doing it to you. Mm-hmm. You didn't like it when people started doing it to you.
No.
Then it turned out, wow, you got some really weird, disturbing patterns of behavior surrounding you, and you piss off enough people, they will dedicate themselves to documenting it. That's unfortunate. Get off Twitter. You're in your 50s.
So, yes, happy Rusev Day, everybody.
Yes, happy Rusev Day, everybody.
We did watch WrestleMania.
He got fucking robbed.
Yeah.
You know who got robbed? The fucking audience got robbed.
Did you see?
Everyone's time got robbed.
Did you see Sam Roberts?
He looks like the corpse of Sideshow Bob.
Did you?
What did he fuck up this time?
Everything.
I heard he was a panicky Pete.
And I'm talking about people that don't know who he is, which is most people. Were just wrestling fans were like, again, why did you bring him back? He doesn't know what he's saying. He was just panicking. But
he's not, and the thing is too, he's not even good looking. Mm-mm. It's not like he has a good voice. There's nothing about him other than their deal with Sirius. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
like they have some kind of deal with Sam Roberts, and he's the only one who gets anything out of the arrangement.
So something I didn't notice.
Did you? Oh yeah, we can't even show it. That's right. I was gonna say.
Nuts!
I was looking forward to seeing it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we can't watch that.
No, we would get immediately. They don't play
while we're live. They kick in the door.
WWE's WrestleMania. This is from Squawker. Opens with Finn Balor wearing rainbow tights to honor the gays. Did you see that when he came out? So this is a little mix of politics and WrestleMania. It was a first match.
Well, to be fair, right? He's the demon.
Yeah, but it bothered me because he used to come out at these big events like dressed all cool and stuff.
Well,
you know,
that's what I mean. He's a demon, and he's like, this is.
I get it.
This is demonic.
WrestleMania is the grandest stage of them all. This is from Squawker. When it comes to professional wrestling, before even the beginning of the year, preparations for the event start to take off. Finn Balor's an Irish superstar. Came out to the ring wearing rainbow tights and a jacket. Behind him were several members of the LGBTQ plus community. Is he Fagala? No, he's not. Everyone deserves. I've heard other, actually, way different opposite stories about him. Everyone deserves to be accepted and included. Balor said on Instagram before the event. Everyone. So, this is the picture. I don't really care. This doesn't bother me that much. It's not that big of a deal. It is a little weird because let's be honest, the fan base of the WWE isn't really,
I think it's changed.
You
Cause,
think it's 50-50 now?
yeah, because it's so cucked out.
Yeah.
And like just culture in general. But wrestling's dwindled down. It's not like the red hot thing like it used to be. It's the people that are there are just like there's no longer wrestling fans. There's just WWE fans, and they're just there. And it's just a generic experience. You go and watch. It's not like the old days where you couldn't have gotten away with that. Everybody would have been like, "You goddamn queer, the hell out of here." Remember, Goldust was fucking all gay and shit, and he was fucking super heel.
Somebody asked, "Hey, what have you heard, Royce? What have you heard about Finn Balor?" He fucks.
Did he fuck my chick? He probably fucked my chick because they're from the same country.
You mean Becky Lynch?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's pictures of them online hanging out.
Yeah, they had to have banged. I love Becky Lynch.
Yeah. So yeah, they've he does well.
Yeah, I mean, the accent doesn't hurt either.
This is him back in the day with old Becky Lynch.
Yeah, they banged.
Yeah. So he's not gay. At least I mean, if he is, he's doing a fucking bang up job hiding it. I could see why people would think he is because of the abs, but no, he's not.
I do generally automatically think gay.
Yeah.
If you have abs, that's just how I am.
Well, yeah, obviously.
You got to be pretty gay to not eat carbs, unless you're like medically required to do so.
Yeah.
You're just one of those people that can't eat carbs, but like if you just
We ordered 3 pizzas last night for WrestleMania and ate it all.
it wasn't that we ate it all, it was the speed it was.
Yeah, dude, it was just
Went.
devoured.
Then again, it was Domino's.
It's
fair.
true.
They're not whipping out giant, 16-inch pies.
No, they're not.
It's Domino's. So, 3 people, it's like
So we watched WrestleMania.
it really was the most white trash American Florida.
Oh,
Domino's and fucking WrestleMania.
and you know what? I'll be honest with you.
Trash American rules.
It felt nice. Like it felt.
The only thing I was missing was soda because you guys don't drink soda.
Oh, that should have got some.
But like the most American thing would have been a 2-liter.
But was
Coke
it?
with it.
Isn't there something like I don't know how it is for you, but I'll tell you for me. Isn't there something nostalgic and kind of almost comfort foodish about
course.
even if the wrestling is bad, the fact that you're watching WrestleMania, eating pizza and hanging, it reminds me of my childhood.
Oh
you know?
yeah. Like I would say this. I would fucking if like there was some kind of Holocaust type of disaster, like nuclear Holocaust.
When
there is, and like I get stuck in a bunker for 40 years with people, like I would probably every March replay an old WrestleMania on TV and just try like, you know what I mean, as a tradition to try to keep my mind sane.
you would just have all the tapes.
I don't know what's gonna happen between this Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan fella, huh? Let's have a seat and watch. Who knows? Anything could happen, right? I wish everybody hadn't died.
If the bombs were coming, I would be frantically downloading all the OSW episodes to a fucking hard drive.
Daddy, who's Hulk Hogan? He's a cunt. You'll find out later.
You'll find out. Just hold on.
You'll find out later. I've got the WCW stuff too.
I got everything. But yeah, it's weird. I know not everyone that watches wrestling, but even the bigger sense of that, there's just something. Even though it sounds corny and hokey, it felt like something before the country was all ripping each other apart.
It felt great for the first 6.5 hours.
Oh my God!
It was like, all right, dude.
How
Fine.
long?
Enough.
How long did it? The pre-show started at 5. The main event started at 7. It ended at midnight.
It felt like a weird, like WrestleMania is starting to be paced out the way like a 3-day festival is.
Yes.
And the problem with that is that like WrestleMania historically, culturally, is you're not encouraged to do drugs. So it doesn't mix. Like if WrestleMania had that kind of vibe,
this is
to
an
it,
attitude
like
era.
Bonnaroo, you're like, yeah, let's fucking just eat a bunch of fucking Molly and go to WrestleMania. But it's not. It's like kids and stuff. I'm pretty sure if you're bent out of shape on drugs at WrestleMania,
Imagine how great it would have been to be on fucking mushrooms and see this. Nicholas and Braun Strowman as the tag team champions.
No, because then I just would have been on mushrooms and angry. Or as we call it, doing mushrooms with Cousin Joe.
Yeah. That's true. God, the wall.
Hey guys, let's eat a bunch of mushrooms and then ruin it. That would literally. By the way, it's hacked to watch the wall and do mushrooms.
Yeah, we
but
learned.
Our friend wanted to do that, but people don't realize that for me personally, doing anything structured when I'm doing drugs is a terrible idea. Like I usually want, like if I do LSD, I want to do LSD and then let my mind tell me what to do. And if it's within reason and it's not dangerous, like if I want to take my shoes off and walk around outside because it's raining, that's safe. But like when you go, no, we're gonna eat mushrooms and then we're gonna watch this thing. It's like
Frozen Asian said
it a thing.
Frozen Asian said, I thought the kid was a Make-A-Wish kid, but it turned out to be a ref's kid. That's who it was. It was a ref's kid. Yeah.
Stupid ref.
So I mean, look,
thanks
I'm
for
gonna tell you
ruining
right now.
I get that they're trying to put Braun on.
Hey,
they're burying the titles.
I
They're
don't
burying
care.
the tag team division. They get this stupid fucking kid.
If you give him the belt, I don't mind on one condition.
He gets he takes bumps.
He's got to take bumps like everybody else.
And he's got to work house shows.
He's got to work house shows. And I'm talking about, I want him. Look, listen. I know in this day and age, times are different, but he's got to learn how to blade. Everybody else did.
Can we agree how badly they fucked this up? It could have been any old tag team specialist, and it would have gotten a pop.
You're right.
It could have been anybody's
Marty Jannetty.
beat. That's what I mean. But any Marty Jannetty of their team could have been Jim Neidhart. It could have been like not B. Brian Blair, but who's the other Killer B? Like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You get like it could have been any one of those dudes, and everybody would have went, "Oh shit!" If it had been Scotty Too Hottie, pop,
Dude,
monster
that would have
pop,
been amazing.
and it would have buried the titles because you would have been like, "All right, Braun
But he's a
power
wrestler.
bombs Cesaro onto Sheamus, and then Scotty does the worm, the belts." It still would have been stupid, but it would have been like, "All right, that's kind of cool." Scotty
He's
Too Hottie.
he's a fireman now in Florida.
He could have been tag team champ if he let me book.
The other thing we were talking about, because this relates to
Jarrett.
the Conor McGregor thing that we talked about. Everyone was like, "Yeah, Lesnar's dropping the title. He's going back to UFC." Because even Dana was like, "Yeah, he's coming back."
Yeah,
We both, Mike and I, were like, Lesnar's going to win. Because, as we have learned, this we're going to move into next. As we have learned, as much of a carny as Vince is, and he's a fucking carny. Vince McMahon is a carny. Dana White is as big, if not a bigger carny,
Of course.
than Vince McMahon. Dana White was in the crowd. He was there. This was all the work.
They just want to print money.
This was all set up. Something else that we pointed out, Mike pointed out, was telling me before the show, that Dana White has changed his tune very back. He kind of backtracked a lot on Conor.
He is he has no balls.
Especially considering what he did is against the UFC management. But then the official UFC Instagram and Facebook and YouTube all ran a video package of Conor McGregor doing it.
Look, it's one thing. We all knew you were going to take him back.
Yeah.
It was a fucking given. But it's like if somebody cheats on you, you can't just right away go, "All right, I forgive." You can't tell a woman you forgive her while she still has cum in her eyebrow. Like, you have to, a month has to go by. You got to let them think you're on the fence, and maybe they're not coming back. And then you take them back.
Frozen Nation said, just going back, it could have been Santino Morello as the tag team partner, and it would have blown up. Can you imagine?
That's another one.
It would have just been...
And he comes out with his stupid snake, the stupid Italian music.
But anyway, the Conor McGregor thing. So he's definitely coming back. There's going to be no fucking problems. I saw pictures online. I don't know if they're real or not, but did you see the pictures of after he was released, the cops taking photos with Conor McGregor?
Oh, no.
Just like, hey, this is Conor McGregor.
Dude, you're not. This is why our society is completely fucked.
Something else, going back a little bit to the UFC. Did you see Ronda Rousey? Well, you did because you were watching it with me. But Ronda Rousey coming out just like
Stupid.
Roddy Piper.
Stupid.
You won a belt. You won a fucking medal for America. Now, I will say, Ronda Rousey can fucking get it.
Yeah, look, nobody's ever said it. Look, we bash the shit out of Ronda Rousey, and we will continue to do so. We never said I wouldn't fuck her. Come on, that's just stupid.
No, but my point is, she's been coming out in Rowdy's fucking baggy jackets and jeans for so that you forget that she has a
Vagina?
pardon my French, banging bod.
Yeah, but she's an athlete broad. Of course you'd fuck her. It's not like,
Yeah, Yeah.
I get it. If she's naked, it's not going to be like a mess in there. But
I was waiting for a titty to pop out here. Stephanie's titty.
yeah, Stephanie.
Can I say,
Got them nice fakies.
kudos to Stephanie for actually keeping in fucking good shape.
Yeah, it's got to be
Triple
real,
H.
It's going to be real impossible to, you know.
Triple H probably looked the healthiest he's been, and you pointed it out too. His roid belly's gone. He's Triple H is probably the healthiest he's looked in a while. He's definitely not as big as he used to be.
Yeah, but big doesn't equate healthy.
I said looked as healthy as he's looked in a long
Well, he's
time.
probably healthy. He's probably whatever, relatively so.
But anyway,
You don't want to end up like Guerrero.
dead in a hotel room. This was Rowdy's entrance.
Yeah, it's not putting you over though. It's just burying you and burying fucking Piper's gimmick. So it's pretty stupid. It did nobody any favors.
Yeah, but get rid of the mole, man. You would look so much better, Rhonda. Seriously, that mole kills me. It really does.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's the placement. I don't mind a mole. A strategically placed mole
What
is
if-
fine.
what if she had
Cindy Crawford mole is
What
fine.
if she had her mole moved, but kept it?
Some sort of mole relocation technique where they move it down the street.
You should have a series of like lasers and mirrors installed so that the perception is that
Mike,
the
I am
mole is
sick
elsewhere.
of every answer you being lasers and mirrors. I'm really sick of it.
Well, because I look
Mike invested in a lot of lasers and mirrors.
Yeah, there was these penny stocks. Lasers and Mirrors Co.
I want to say hi to my new sponsors, lasersandmirrors.com.
Absolutely fantastic. If you use the code BEN10, you get nothing off, of course, because we're all Jewish here.
Yeah.
But they give me money.
Hey, Ben, buddy. I like you. But the other day I was listening, and I do listen to his show, because he's a brain. That's, a lot of people pointed out he's a brain. He can be hypocritical on some things, but he's a very smart man. Now, that being said, the other day he was talking about well, I'm at fault too for Amazon because, sometimes I go to a bookstore and if it's cheaper on Amazon, I buy it on Amazon. I'm like, Ben, dude, buy the book at the bookstore. You got the dough. You went all the way to the bookstore. Buy it.
Buy the book at the bookstore and then have a cup of coffee at the bookstore.
Yeah.
Hang out for a little bit.
Help
Ben.
him out, man.
Just, Ben, breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Fucking latte. It's a beautiful day today. You just go outside, sit in the because a lot of the whatever few bookstores are left in the world, they got like the outdoor cafe part. You sit. It's nice.
They're so lax too. You could grab a book without buying it, and as long as you buy a coffee, they'll let you read it at the place.
You can bring a prostitute into a bookstore and have sex with her in their bathroom, and then use one of the books to clean off.
And they don't care. As long as you take it from the nonfiction section,
They're
you're
just
fine.
happy to have the company.
Yeah.
The bookstores are doing good though.
They're great. They've mostly turned into toy stores.
Dude, me and Royce went to one recently.
Was it at toy stores?
And it was like they took all the last vestiges of all the last dying retail places
And they
stuck
just-
all the junk into one place, right? It was like toys and games and DVDs and books and fucking health insurance. It was just all these weird relics of the past.
Mike and I, one of us put on a Trump mask, the other one put on a gorilla mask, and we were going to have a really funny post, but we would have been banned.
There was an Air Force recruitment station in there.
It was
weird.
super weird.
There was a fucking food. There was food for sale.
Yeah, there was a make your own tapas bar. I don't know what to do with all that.
And then I was like, oh, cool. Hey, do you guys have Milo's new book? No, sorry, we don't carry that here at this bookstore. I can get you coffee, though, and fucking desktop games.
It's next to our Blockbuster Nook in the back.
Like, nigga, you got fucking Clue? You got the game of Clue here? You don't have Milo's book? I thought this was a book.
I saw 12 different versions of Monopoly.
Have you played the Game of Thrones one? Yeah. Do you have Jordan P. Peterson's book?
No.
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 No, we don't carry. That's hate speech.
Wait, what? But okay. But the squishy ball, it's BOGO, right? for them?
Bigot. We don't like bigots in this bookstore. Well, maybe you should start letting more bigots in here and start selling books. Maybe the bookstore would start doing well again. I'm confused.
Oh,
You
fuck.
killed yourselves, retail.
You did. Listen, again, been criticizing Trump a lot lately, but and I don't mean to do it again, but we're talking about, hey, listen, Trump, Amazon is not the reason brick and mortar's dying. People's laziness and fucking convenience. Do you understand? Nobody wants to get into a car and be around other people to buy something.
They're the worst.
Unless I need something like right now.
And then, like, they even tried, like, I've even tried living in Royce. I've lived with Royce and without Royce in very nice neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I've even tried, when you go into a place where they make it as nice as possible, you still had to go talk to people. Like,
No, thank you.
and they're so nice. And you're like, yeah. Fucking look.
Maybe we should take our own advice with the bookstores, huh? We just fucking ripped on Ben and we're doing the same thing. No, that's not true because we don't go there and then look at the book and then buy it online. I just buy it online. Yeah. Just like we just bought WWE 2K18. If you
Holy shit.
If you way better than WrestleMania. If you want to play, I'll post our PSN there. We're on PlayStation. I don't care if you have an Xbox. That's what we have is PlayStation. Shut up. Japanese make better things.
They do.
Just period. Sorry. That's the fucking way it is. Sorry. It's the way she goes. Speaking of the way she goes, I started watching the new season of Trailer Park Boys on Netflix. And it's sad because Leahy's in it. This is the last season Leahy was in.
Ooh.
It made me, dude, I don't know why, but that they can't make another season without him. There's no way.
Leahy was the heart and soul of the show, man.
Dude.
It's the entire.
It was
all of the shenanigans revolved around Leahy. It's like killing off Gargamel and then being like, we're still gonna do the Smurfs though. And you're like, but for what purpose?
Don't.
It's just, what, are they just gonna hang out?
No, don't.
Yeah, Leahy was the fucking. I mean.
And again, I will say this. There was just a downturn in quality for me with Trailer Park Boys. Like the last season when they just started bringing in Snoop Dogg and Doug Benson, I'm like, that's not the show.
Yeah, they were just cashing checks though, and they weren't feeling it.
This season, however, there's no guest stars. This is kind of back to, at least from what I've seen, back to the
nothing will ever
typical
touch
stuff.
the first few seasons, dude. You got the fucking
I'm gonna say first four are the best.
Driveway Hash was like the Driveway Hash was one of the best seasons. The trains to this day, the one where they were smuggling weed with the fake toy trains, and fucking for some reason they just had Sebastian Bach. Like I didn't mind celebrity cameos on the show back when they were shitty Canadians. Like, you know, like it would be like Sebastian Bach, and you're like, okay, I'll take it. And the dude from Rush,
I was gonna say
okay, you know. But it gets like any show about like rascally underdogs from a trailer park. Eventually, when the show gets so massive, you can't recreate that anymore.
You know why I liked it too?
Because those guys were those guys early on. They were these struggling actors who probably lived like shit and probably smoked Driveway Hash.
You know what I like about it too is they never fucking. It wasn't like, hey, stoner culture, man. No, there were dudes who happened to smoke drugs, but they had this whole other thing going on at all times.
It was what stoner people like. Like they love that show because it was more real. It was correct. Like you said, it was just guys getting high.
But he still needed to get a job and his car. Okay, well, look, we got to go to break. We're going to be right back.
RevengeAssist.com/donate. Please
Patreon,
donate.
please. Because
Patreon.
we don't have a big New York studio and making all this money. But we do appreciate everyone that does give.
Molestation allegations.
Yes. We took a very big step a few days ago, too, with the station. We'll announce more when it's,
when it's all
done.
set in stone.
Yes.
But yes, and also for those of you Amazon shoppers, that means all of you listening to these words right now. If you're planning on buying some stuff, particularly some big ticket items, go to revengeofthesist.com/donate. Click on the Amazon banner, then do your shopping, and they'll throw us a couple bucks in the process. Like, subscribe, share. 5 stars on iTunes. We're starting to climb a little bit. I'd like to see that keep going.
Please.
And 5 stars. You can rate us as well on Facebook. We'll be back in the second hour with more fun. If you just put in the code Alex10, and of course, that'll be 10% off from our very already low price of $250 for every 4 capsules. Hey, folks. This is Jay Leno, the star of the hit film Collision Course, and I'd like to take a moment out there and talk to you about the very real dangers posed by Zionism in this country.
I was riding around on my motorcycle out there in the Arizona desert when I was kidnapped by a UFO and sexually assaulted by aliens.
Show me how you suck a guy's cock. So last time I'm gonna ask you.
From all of us here at Revenge of the Sis, we'd like to thank each and every one of our friends and fans for helping us become one of the fastest growing breakout shows on the internet. In less than 1 year, we have been able to bring you news before it breaks, as well as the funniest and most consistent political and social commentary around. Here are some ways you can help us continue to grow our brand. Sign up as a contributor by going to patreon.com/We're Not Sorry and pledging a monthly amount. Anyone who pledges $12 or more is eligible for occasional giveaways and prizes. And if you pledge $25 or more, we will promote your brand or product live on our show. We understand if you are unable to commit to a monthly recurring donation, but if you would like to contribute one time, you can do so by going to paypal.me/We're Not Sorry. Another unique way to help our show expand while also promoting your own brand or service is by modeling one of our shirts. Go to teespring.com, search for Revenge of the Sis, and you'll find plenty of options to choose from. Take a picture of you modeling our shirt and email it to revengeofthesis@gmail.com. That is revengeofthecis@gmail.com. Be sure to include a web address or a social media account for whatever you want us to promote, and we will feature you on an episode of our show. Since YouTube is now throttling our traffic and Twitter has us shadow banned, there are many other ways you can help without giving us a dime. Every time you invite a friend to like our Facebook page, retweet or share a meme from our social media accounts, or share one of our videos to your own pages, you are helping us to get discovered by more like-minded individuals who will join our ranks and help us grow. Rate us 5 stars on Facebook, Roku, and iTunes. Encourage others to follow @ROTC Media on Twitter. You can also help ROTC by supporting friends of our show, such as LA Werewolf, Connecting Right Radio, Radical Mothering, Folklore Americana, the Mad American Network, Wolfman's Activism and Entertainment, and the Revolutionary Conservative. Find all of these links and more by going to our brand new website, revengeofthesis.com.
In a world where our very way of life seems to be under attack from all sides, and our freedoms are slowly being ripped away, Guns for Tards is fighting the good fight to help protect America from its enemies by advocating Second Amendment rights for our nation's most vulnerable and often overlooked citizens, the mentally challenged. Our founding fathers believed that a well-armed, trained, and educated citizenry was the key to a free and prosperous society. But Meatloaf also said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We believe that Tards are our second-to-last line of defense against ISIS, and we at Guns for Tards aim to provide the means and the programs to give proper training and resources to Tards in your area, helping to make the country a safer place. There are over 40 million mentally challenged Americans living today, and by 2020, we plan to arm at least 10% of them. We want to get as many guns in the hands of as many Tards as we can, but we won't be able to do it without your help. So please, pledge your help today. Arm a Tard. It's not that hard. Go to www.gunsfortards.com for more information, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter by searching for Guns for Tards.
Gunsfortards.com. Gunsfortards.com. Extra rounds for folks with downs, helping to protect your town. Gunsfortards.com.
From Time Life Music comes a one-of-a-kind Rat Pack collection, their most bigoted songs. All your favorite once acceptable hits like Drunk Old Injun.
The drunk old Injun squatting in his teepee, fire water keeping him warm.
Jewish Nose.
She's got a big, beautiful Jewish nose, and it's there 2 minutes early wherever she goes.
Dean Martin singing Chinaman's Chants.
And Mr. Chinaman saying his Chinaman way, a ding-a-ling, a ching, a chong, a ching, a chong, choo.
Phew, stinky Frenchmen.
Paris is lovely and Nice sure is nice, and Marseille is charming with champagne on ice. But you stinky Frenchmen haven't a clue. Pew stinky Frenchmen, frog you.
Hey there, Fruity.
Hey there, Fruity, you can do my hair. Hey there, Fruity, don't touch me down there. Hey there, Fruity, you're dead and I don't approve.
And many more.
Revenge of the Sis. Second hour. Coming back with some breaking news. Mike, what you just sent me?
Breaking news coming from the Tyler Chronicle. Our good pal, friend of the show, Hank Yu,
your friend,
has been arrested as of Friday. Hank Zhong-Yu, 24 of Tyler, was arrested on a federal warrant by Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
Oh, no.
Spokesman for the U.S. Marshal Service said Monday he was arrested stemming from making false statements during a firearms purchase. Spokesman from the U.S. Department of Justice said the arrest warrant for Yu was sworn to by ATF. Yu was taken into custody by ATF, and warrant currently reflects as sealed, according to the DOJ. The department said Yu made an initial appearance in court on Monday. Yu was booked into the Smith County Jail on a federal detainer shortly before 10:30 p.m. No bond has been set. Yu has gained notoriety on YouTube with the videos of him singing Dixie while dressed as a Confederate cavalry member and in interviews espousing his views. Yu often gives prominent placement of Nazi, alt-right, Confederate imagery in his videos. He's become popular for videos regarding, his social media accounts have since been deleted. So Hank Yu, good friend of the show, is currently, I guess, in trouble.
Everyone's typing F in the chats.
Oh, boy. Good old Hank Yu. I'm going to speculate a bit here. I don't know for sure, but if I were to guess, old Hank Yu got in some trouble last year or 2 years ago. And I think that under whatever agreement he made during that arrest, he probably was not allowed to own certain firearms.
And he does.
He probably fudged his records. So, yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, boy, and fucking indeed.
Thank you for your service, sir.
We've been talking for a while about we've mentioned on our show a couple times the outrage and the outraged after a documentary came out, the thing about Apu, which basically was Kal Penn, the dude from Harold and Kumar, and some other Indian dudes were mad because Apu is cultural appropriation and they have a white man, Hank Azaria, who was fucking amazing. Hank Azaria is awesome. Doing the voice of Apu. It's its whole big thing. You can watch the documentary. I'm not going to put you through because we guys have already played enough of it on this show. That was about, probably in our episode 20 we were talking about this. Since it takes about 6 months for cartoons to get animated, sometimes when, you go after a cartoon, the reply will come later. Well, The Simpsons had an episode this Sunday. Matt Groening hasn't written for The Simpsons in a long time. Created them, hasn't written for them. He came back to write for this episode because he wanted to reply to what's going on with Apu. So I'm going to set it up here. Marge is walking into Lisa's room, and she's reading Lisa a new. She edited a bedtime story to make it more friendly, PC friendly.
Oh, it's like SJW style.
Right, an SJW thing. So that's the premise. Let's go ahead and play it.
Okay, here's a new version of The Princess in the Garden.
Mom, you're exhausted.
But it takes a lot of work to take the spirit and character out of a book. But now it's as inoffensive as a Sunday in Cincinnati. What?
Okay. It's very funny. We got to watch New Simpsons again. I'm going to start watching them again. That was funny.
Once there was a cisgender girl named Clara. She lived in South America, fighting for wild horse rescue. And net neutrality.
This new Clara sounds like she starts out pretty perfect.
You betcha.
But since she's already evolved, she doesn't really have an emotional journey to complete.
Nope.
Kinda means there's no point to the book.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Lisa now turns to the camera.
It's hard to say. Something that started decades ago and was applauded and inoffensive is now politically incorrect. What can you do?
She looks at a picture of Apu next to her nightstand. You know that again. It's very important to me. Look, and by the way, The Simpsons, especially when it came to liberals love The Simpsons because it was very, they were pretty open, the writers, about being liberal, which is fine. But even think about that. Even back then, liberals had, they went to church.
But liberals hadn't lost their fucking minds yet.
Right. So let's just play the last little bit here to point out what's on her nightstand is a picture of Apu.
It's hard to say. Something that started decades ago and was applauded and inoffensive is now politically incorrect. What can you do?
Some things will be dealt with at a later date.
If at all.
If at all. If at all. Good. I'm glad. I'm really, really, really glad that's a backlash. Do you understand? You guys are taking things that have been around forever, and they were inoffensive. They were not the biggest thing back then was like, Bart's disrespectful to his mom. That was the biggest problem back then.
Yeah, it's God, dude, it's gotten carried away. I mean, look, this is just the statue argument applied to shows. It's the same thing with the statues. It started off with, well, we'll get this guy who's a slave owner and a racist, and then we worked our way down the line, and now they're just like, get down the statue of Lincoln, tear it down, and you're like, why? Everybody calm down.
But this is equivalent. Like Hank Azaria isn't just they're making it seem like white guy plays Apu. Hank Azaria is one of the best voice actors probably ever, I'm going to say, but at least of our generation.
Well,
okay?
Yeah, he's...
I mean, of course, there's the Mel Blancs and stuff, which are...
Billy West.
Billy
You'd
West.
Have to give him one.
Billy West,
a spot.
Of course. But he's up there. Hank Azaria, probably, you have the main cast of The Simpsons. If you look at the people, Hank Azaria does pretty much the rest of the fucking city. Like, he does Quimby. He does Moe. He does Bumblebee Man. He does, of course, Apu. And here's the thing. When you watch old episodes, they've never treated Apu disrespectfully. He's like everything with The Simpsons. They've never treated. They didn't make fun. As a matter of fact, it was the opposite.
They have taken every kind of fun stereotype and honestly things that I think every town had. And they made it. They humanized them and they made them like they made everybody empathetic. Like they turned the town drunk into a sympathetic, likable figure.
Soundwave says, "Can you imagine where Phil Hartman would be today if his wife didn't kill him?"
Alive
for sure.
Yes, probably.
But my point is like, dude, this is The Simpsons. This is again, like we were talking about Wrestlemania. This is Americana. That's what it is.
No, it's pronounced America.
No,
Country's America.
The word Americana is an actual word.
America's a word.
You're right.
It's also a country.
Okay, that's fine. It's not. It's not a country. It's the United States of America.
Named after Amerigo Vespucci, a cartographer.
Okay, so you don't know Americana, but you know the full name of the person that America's named after?
Yeah, it's just...
He's a big cartographer guy. Not many people know that.
A lot of ups and downs.
Quick, Mike, top 3 cartographers.
Sir Francis Drake. Amerigo Vespucci.
And Billy West. Not many people know this. Billy West was also
you guys
well
don't know
known.
that, man. He was a Renaissance man. Also played the violin.
So yeah,
that just threw Royce.
You threw me off.
Like,
sorry.
What the fuck?
Anyway, stop going after everything. Yes, The Simpsons has been on forever. They're not going to give in. I think they've pretty much just made that statement. Like we're going to fucking do what we want. We do what we fucking want.
Also, can I get some props for at least actually naming 2 cartographers?
Yes, that's actually very good.
Pretty good props for that.
You do get props for that. Well, Mike, I want to talk about what's going on in London.
What's going on in London?
London crime wave.
What?
Strap in, people from the UK. This is going to a lot coming your way now. London crime wave shock as 6 teenagers stabbed in 90 minutes.
Jesus.
Shock residents of the British capital called for an end to the surge of violence that now includes 6 teenagers stabbed in the span of 90 minutes. Yes, Mike.
People of England.
South Asian men. So what you're going to ask?
People of England. I am very sure that you want an end to all this bloodshed. I have a solution for you, but I don't think you're going to like it. I think you guys know what the solution is. You just refuse to do it.
The incidents came days after London's murder rate surpassed New York City for the first time. At least 55 people have been killed in London in 2018, over 30 of them in stabbings. Police in the Tower Hamlets borough of East London said Thursday that 2 15-year-old boys were taken to the hospital with serious injuries, and they were stabbed about 6 p.m. local time Thursday. A 16-year-old who was treated with minor knife injuries was arrested for conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm, and another male was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. Now, we bring this up because we have to remember, guns are 100% illegal in England. No one could own a gun. However,
so why isn't it super safe?
Because, Mike, it seems like the guns aren't the problem. It seems like the weapon of choice isn't even the problem.
I don't know. I specifically remember being told recently by a bunch of teenagers that it was in fact the guns, though. I was told that America is a veritable bloodbath on a daily basis.
The mayor of London,
Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
That's correct. But the reason I say mayor of London is because his Twitter handle is @mayor of London.
No.
This is what he's doing to combat that. Because, again, remember, pay attention, people. People that are guns to guns. England doesn't have guns. The mayor of London says, no excuse. There's never a reason to carry a knife. Anyone who does will be caught, and they will feel the full force of the law. Yes, Mike.
I know 6 teenagers this weekend that probably had a good reason to carry a knife on their person. What about those guys?
Here's the article. Here's this from the mayor of London himself. Here's what the mayor is doing to tackle violent crimes. Ready for this?
They're gonna wait. I got it. I'm gonna guess. They're gonna make it more illegaler.
You're really close. Mayor Sadiq Khan. Sorry, I said it wrong. Mayor Sadiq Khan is taking action to tackle the scourge of violent crime in London, together with the Met Police, with the tragic rise of knife killings on our streets this year.
Can we just agree that the word Khan in your name makes you automatically a bad guy?
Yeah, of course. I agree immediately.
How do you vote for a guy with Khan in his name?
Jungle Book Shere Khan?
Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
Khan?
Yeah.
To when he yelled at? Like,
the mayor is determined to ensure criminals are caught and punished. But he's also investing millions in tackling the complex root cause of violent crime to help prevent further deaths. Here's what the mayor's doing. Boosting police power. A new violent crime task force of 120 officers has been created using additional funding from City Hall. Announced by the mayor in February, the task force will focus solely on violent crimes, weapon-enabled crime, and serious criminality. The Met Police has introduced targeted patrols with extra stop and search powers for the areas worst affected by knife crimes. South Asian men areas. The mayor is protecting a number of frontline police officers on London streets by investing £110 million to the Met Police. Police made more than 900 arrests during the Operation Winter Nights in November and December, taking more than 350 weapons off the streets. Knives. And I saw some of the weapons they took off the streets. They're things that every single handyman and carpenter is walking around with in their pockets at all times.
Oh yeah, the memes haven't stopped.
I know.
It's constant.
Box cutters, things like that, like the silliest things.
I've seen some like regular cutting like tools, just like tools that you would use outside that they're taking from people. I've seen them taking hammers and stuff. You're like, what the fuck?
In February, Mayor created a £45 million Young Londoners Fund to help steer young people away from violent crime. Knife wands are now available for every school in London, which is basically metal detectors. The widely shared London Needs You Alive campaign brings together role models and youth influencers, send positive message to young people that should put their lives at risk by carrying a knife. The mayor granted £7 million to projects to combat youth violence across London. The mayor's working to bring safer school officers to help drive down the knife costs. Here's the thing. Now they're at least using 100% of their police force. It's not like they're using a big part of their time to enforce things like TV licenses.
Oi! Do you have your TV license?
Do you understand your fucking problem, London?
No,
and
you
nobody
don't
wants
get
to
it.
admit what it is?
Because you're a hateful male. You're using your white cis privilege to oppress South Asian gentlemen from starting their rape and stab gangs.
The mayor has published a knife crime strategy, a package tough on comprehensive measures to tackle knife crimes. Taking views from bereaved family. Knife crime sounds like a show that would be on Ion Network. Taking in views from bereaved families and victims. It was the first by the London mayor. He hosted an education knife crime summit in 2016. Hey, maybe the knives aren't the actual problem.
No, they are. It's they still have too many of them. You're not
No, I guess I'm not. Explain to me.
Okay, so the reason why these kids got stabbed is because people have knives.
No, the reason these people got stabbed is because these kids wanted to inflict bodily harm on somebody.
Cool. What did they get stabbed by?
Knife.
So, clearly there's still knives out there, and we need to get all of them. You don't understand how this stuff works.
We also want to remind everybody.
It's fucking Royce NRA Lopez over here. Royce Baby Killer Lopez.
We want to remind everybody. Buy your TV everyone, our UK listeners, you're late. If you would have bought your TV license before April 1st, you could have saved £75.
What are you gonna do? Huh? Don't get caught without your TV license. Look, if you are a listener to this program,
and you are in the UK,
the last thing we want you to do is to get hauled away to do fucking 2 years in prison like Count Dankula for dogs making Nazi salutes, or you not having your TV licenses, or just being anti-Islamophobic or Islamophobic.
Be Islamophobic.
Or whatever the rule is out there. I don't know. The rules are different everywhere.
What are the rules?
I remember when like England was a place you'd want to visit.
Oh, I remember.
And now it's like, ooh, no. I can't wait till we start issuing travel bans to like what used to be white nations.
It's gonna be bad.
The U.S. has issued a travel ban. The president is advising people for non-essential reasons not to travel to London. Jesus.
Bill Maher, believe it or not shown here, is defended Laura Ingraham this weekend. How about we let him explain it?
Let me move to domestic affairs. I want to defend Laura Ingraham. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it has to do with the Parkland kids and guns and free speech. Now, I think those kids did a great thing. They put this issue in a place we've never had it before, and I wish them success. But, you know, if you're going to be out there in the arena and make yourselves the champions of this cause, people are going to have the right, I think, to argue back.
I told you, even the left is getting sick of everyone's shit.
Look, I've always given more props. I don't like the man. He gets on my fucking nerves. But he has, during very important times in history, come out and been like, this is retarded.
Yeah.
I got to give him props here. He's right.
Now, Laura Ingraham, and we go back to early days of politically incorrect. Oh, my God, there she is, right. Oh, where did the years go? Yeah. Well, and then in the intervening years, I mean, she just has become a deliberately terrible person, I think. You know, just saying horrible things. But you know what? Here's what she tweeted: David Hogg rejected by 4 colleges, because he put that up there, because of course we have to share everything. To which
Thank you.
I love Bill Maher.
she applied and whined about it. Okay, maybe you shouldn't say that about a 17-year-old, but again, he is in the arena, and then he calls for a boycott of her sponsors. Now, what is that American? To call for really that?
Let me explain something. Because I don't
think, and he complains about bullying. That's bullying. I have been the victim of a boycott. I lost a job once. It is wrong. You shouldn't do this.
It's true. After 9/11, he lost his first gig because he made a joke, and then they boycotted him.
I remember that.
I remember that. He's right. But Bill Maher is right.
By the way, this just in, Bill Maher has received a content strike on YouTube, and his account will be taken down immediately.
But he's fucking right, man.
He is absolutely correct. But, again, what can you do?
Boycotts are stupid. You know, speaking of stupid,
I'm all for boycotting if the person is revealed to have done some sort of atrocious thing, and then
I
stands
agree.
by that person.
But this,
like, if it turned out that Laura Ingraham was raping interns,
then yes, boycott her.
Okay, boycott. But she made a fucking comment about a kid who, let's be quite honest, is not very likable.
Correct.
Him, and look, it's not a political thing, because Kyle Kashuv, same thing. It's like they go out of their way to be wholly unlikable. And then when you say something, it's, whoa, bully!
Hey, Kyle, stop retweeting Ben Shapiro every time. More people follow him than you. You're not spreading... Dude, it's enough. This little bromance is making me sick. But, something else was making me sick, and I got a lot of shit on Facebook, and I wrote, I'm fucking sick of identity politics. The gross. I'm looking at you, alt-right. Because lately, the alt-right...
Oh, I know.
I know you've been saying it, too, but has been insufferable. That's why we've never ever named ourselves anything. Like, we're not this, we're not that. I think the most we've ever said is we're old school Ron Paul libertarians that are now pushing a little more fashy.
Yeah, I have flirted with fascism.
But that being said, it's the more you get into it, you find that so many people are wholly unlikable. Like, look, all the shit that you got because of the Cantwell stuff, all the shit that you got for the Paul Nehlen for saying Paul Nehlen shouldn't be doxing people.
Oh yeah, that's still a fight going on too. Yeah. That shit is all over Gab's Hill.
Didn't he take a screenshot of you?
Paul Nehlen. I don't know if that was really Paul Nehlen or if it's yet another fake Paul Nehlen. Yeah. But apparently, according to him, I'm a crypto Jew.
Everyone I don't like is a Jew. Do you understand? Stop it.
The crypto Jews over here at Revenge of the Sis.
I'm not going to have a fucking fight anymore about it. It's not the 60s anymore, guys. You understand that, right?
It's like I said last week. Fucking, you guys don't even realize how many of your own people aren't really digging your shit anymore.
No.
And they tell me all the time, as they slowly come to join our ranks, it's like they send screenshots and they tell me shit about the dumb crap you guys are arguing about. How can you guys get an ethno state together? You can't even fucking get up in the morning and dress yourselves nicely and
not fuck each other's wives.
You can't even get off Google Hangouts.
No.
You can't even set up a studio.
It's ridiculous, man. But yeah, no, I'm sick of it. And people are like, well, no, we have one of the arguments from somebody, and it was a fan, so I'm sure they'll hear it, was, well, if the left is doing it, we got to do it. I'm like, really? That's the bar now? The bar is, if the left is doing it, we got to do it. Identity politics are dumb. Do you understand that? Do you fucking get that? I'm not even against nationalism. But any insert whatever nationalism, I'm fucking against it because it's stupid.
I mean, for fuck's sake, personally, I'm not even against racism if it's mild and people keep it to themselves for the most part. Everybody's guilty of it. But this, wholesale fucking
I'm fine with an Andy Rickles level of racism. I'm fine with that.
But it's like most of the white people in your all-white club are trash. They're not white people I want to hang out with.
And it's like, oh, yeah, we got to save it. What culture? Stop it. Listen, We fucking yell about. Do you understand the same people that yell the "we was kangs" things at black people? You're doing the same thing. You're basically saying we was crusaders.
Well, you're talking about guys that go, we need to tear up our constitution and become a national socialist country to protect our culture. It makes my fucking head spin.
It does.
But yeah, it's you know what, man? There's a few people that I'm still in touch with that talk to me in those circles, but even they're just kind of disheartened with it. They're just done. It's like, how long can you? A lot of them are moving now towards the whole American nationalism thing, which is what it should have been from the get-go, you fucks. We tried to tell you, you fucking dinguses, and honestly, it was one thing leading up to Unite the Right for some people to go that alt-right route, but Unite the Right should have not. Most of you guys should not have doubled down the way you did and become even more retarded. It was not the way.
They do not know the way. Joss Whedon.
The Hanky video is picking up steam again.
Of course.
This fucking guy.
Joss Whedon gets suspended from Twitter for wishing death on Trump.
Good.
Poor Joss Whedon. He wished Trump would quietly die in a tweet last week, and miraculously he was suspended, right? We were shocked. Then again, he was more than likely locked out for a short amount of time while he removed that tweet, which is nothing like... Okay, so he wasn't actually blocked. They made him delete the tweet.
We would have been completely deleted.
He basically wanted Trump to, quietly, again, I don't want anyone to be fucking kicked off of Twitter. Say what the fuck you want. But when it happens to the leftists for doing it, it is funny. Very, very funny. Joss Whedon is the same person that said he was happy his mother was dead on Mother's Day because you wouldn't have to see Trump be president.
I remember that was, I don't respond to a lot of celebrity tweets. That was one of the rare ones I remember responding to. Like, a lot of people were like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's just...
that is an angry dude.
Yeah, he's really
all
mad.
These fucking beta male directors, like all these guys at the forefront of the Me Too shit, all these little soy boy directors, they're all just these little balls of rage, frustration.
Yeah.
Fucking Buffy was dope though.
You said
it was. You can't.
It was. I agree. I like Dollhouse too. Suspect found dead after Facebook confession about killing mom and friend.
Yeah, this fucking guy's like, this was big today.
Police have confirmed they've found the body of a Tennessee man who was on the run after allegedly confessing to the murders of his mother and his friend on Facebook. According to police, Casey James Lawhorn of Eastridge, Tennessee, reportedly shared a 1,000-word post detailing the crime in his home. ABC News reports he alleged in the post that he shot...
It started with, a lot of people have been asking me if I killed my mom.
According to police, Casey James Lawhorn of Eastridge, Tennessee, reportedly shared a 1,000-word post detailing the crime in his home. ABC News reports he alleged in the post that he shot his friend with a stolen .22 LR rifle caliber. After that, he reported...
But wait, you think gun laws would have helped this?
Well, here's the thing, right? He probably not, because, illegal and all.
But didn't he know it was illegal to do that?
You'd be shocked what these kids try to get away with.
We have to make some sort of law that you're not allowed to kill your mother.
Well, they have. It's all right. So check it out. If you kill somebody in the United States, depending on what state you're in, it's generally.
Now that's the place that the cartographer found, right?
Yeah. So check it out. In 1598, this guy got out his old little ink quill and he was like, "Let me show you something."
This is. Yeah, I'm sure he said it just like that.
And he was like, he did these little pointy things for mountains. And he would go, don't go through there because you're going to have a tough time.
Right. This bit will never get old for me, by the way.
Cartography? Oh, yeah. Everybody loves the cartography jokes.
Everyone loves the cartography bits.
Fuck, why does anybody listen to this shit?
I will tell you why.
Why do any of you self-respecting people listen to this shit?
Thank you so much, by the way. We do appreciate you listening to this shit.
Fucking cartography jokes on a Monday. We had
Who else does that?
We had all weekends.
Who else does that?
We had all weekend to prep for a show. We're out here doing cartography bits.
friend with a stolen .22 LR rifle caliber. After that, he reportedly said he shot his mother multiple times in her bedroom, taking money and heroin off his friend's person before leaving the home. In the post, Lawhorn also reportedly wrote about having troubles with...
Why is Derek so mad?
That's not Derek.
Looks like him.
College. Eastridge Assistant Police Chief Stan
Derek's more
Allen
ethnic
spoke with
looking.
ABC News, saying Lawhorn called from Mississippi, telling dispatchers he told them that he had committed the crime and that he was going to a location north of our city to find a secluded spot to kill himself. According to the Jasper County Sheriff's Department, he appears to have died from a self-inflicted gun wound.
Why do they all do that weird inflection in their voice?
Because how else are you supposed to get the point across?
By just saying it? He died of a self-inflicted gunshot.
I didn't hear what you said at all.
He died
Oh.
of a gunshot wound.
Guy heard you that time. Before, all I heard it was... I didn't hear the rest.
It's just so weird that they still do that in fucking
It's the puker voice.
Just, there's no need to do that. The worst was Chris Hansen. I think he was the worst.
Holy
offender.
fuck. Okay, speaking of...
I always like Chris Hansen came off like a guy who didn't want to talk that way and was being sarcastic. Like if you worked for a radio station like the WNBC.
When I was at the doctor's office, they getting a checkup. Fine. AIDS. I have AIDS. He has a new show on, I think, NBC. Like it's a local TV, but it's called Chris Hansen Investigates or some shit like that, right? He has not aged well. Okay, let's
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Let me. Oh yeah. This is
He was always a good-looking dude.
yeah. This is the famous Chris Hansen picture, young
Yeah, of
Chris
course.
Hansen, so we all know what he looks like.
Yeah, that's the meme picture.
Yeah, this is he's having what I want to call what's happening to him is the Tucker Carlson.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's a good, by the way, that's a good, better picture. If you saw him on the show, he has like the neck, like the loose neck. Dude.
Oh boy.
He looks completely different.
Wow. Chris Hansen.
Yeah. Poor guy. He looks like someone that likes nitro energy drinks.
He looks like somebody who enjoys himself, we'll put it that way.
Yeah, he parties.
I don't know if it's Caveman Nitro. They all do the Caveman Nitro Energy.
Everyone does the Caveman Nitro with that level.
Great product. Can we get them as a sponsor for as much as we fucking reference them?
Hey, pull that up, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, pull that up. Is that on it?
It's from on it?
Yeah, it's one case for $3,800. They're really good.
It's super cheap. Everyone could afford it.
They have the acai berry in them.
Hold on, I'm getting my salt delivery for my seclusion tank.
Hey, you ever try Thrive?
Yeah,
Jamie, pull that up.
It's the most expensive
It's
thing.
multi-level marketing. You ever heard of multi-level marketing?
I've heard of that, Joe.
It's like you get a guy underneath you, and then they get guys underneath them. And then everybody has sex with each other.
Pyramid Scheme Joe Rogan's my favorite now.
And eats fake vitamins.
Yeah.
So Chris Hansen's doing good.
Yeah, he's doing well. Back over to Florida, the hero kid who was holding the door open for I think 5 people to let them out while the shooting was going on in Parkland. He just finally woke up, medically induced coma. He had a bunch of surgeries because he was messed up. And this is what he had to
deadly
say.
school shooting in Parkland, and a lawyer for the family of Anthony Borges, the last victim to be released from the hospital, holding a news conference announcing
He comes out of his
updates on
coma
the
and
case.
immediately goes, "Do I have a blue check mark on Twitter?"
A news conference announcing updates on the case.
CBS 4's Carrie Codd was there and joins us now live from Plantation. Carrie.
I thought it was going to be a
I
girl.
thought it was going to be a girl too.
Wow.
And it's Carrie, not Carrie. If you say Carrie lady, I'm thinking it's a chick.
Yeah.
That's right. In fact, that news conference just wrapping up. Student Anthony Borges, shooting victim Anthony Borges, attended this news conference here today. He's out of the hospital. His attorney read a statement on his behalf. Anthony lays blame for the shooting at the feet of BSO Sheriff Scott Israel and School Superintendent Robert Runcie for not doing more, he says, to prevent Nicholas Cruz from being able to be inside the school that day to carry out this violence.
He looks like he's really good at FIFA. So yes, he's blaming.
Oh boy.
And like you said, you made this. This is setting something up.
Hey Scott, it's gonna be really hard for you to tell this kid to go fuck himself.
Yep.
You could tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Easy.
You could tell all those unharmed children to go fuck themselves. This one's gonna be tough, buddy. This guy, come election season for sheriff, this kid, whoever's running against you, is gonna be real cozy with this kid.
Yup.
In the statement, Anthony also spoke to the families of the deceased victims.
And were not as fortunate to survive as I was. I don't know why I survived, and they didn't.
Is that the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No, I don't think so. I don't believe that's him.
It's the same guy.
I will tell you that my family and
I can feel this little girl's pain.
Will dedicate the rest of our lives to seeing that something like this never happens again.
Nice man bun, Dick.
To the other injured, I hope you are recovering well. We have the responsibility to tell the world what happened here. To Sheriff Israel.
Here comes the shade.
Of the Broward County Sheriff's Office and Robert Runcie, the superintendent of the school and schools in Broward. I want to thank you for visiting me at the hospital, but I want to say that both of you failed us students, teachers, and parents alike on so many levels. I want to ask you today to please end your policy and agreement that you will not arrest people committing crimes in our school.
For those that don't know, we talked about it a little bit, but yes, Broward Sheriff's Office had this thing where if you broke a crime, they wanted to bring the crime. They wanted to make their numbers look better. That's the real reason. And what they were doing was they were, sending kids to rehabilitation things and talking to them when they would do crimes that would normally send you to jail because they wanted to look like they had fixed the problem by hiding the problem. That's what it was. And
or as we call it, season 4 of The Wiring It.
Yes.
Committing crimes in our school.
Now, the Borges family also said that while they are grateful for the hero label that Anthony got after protecting students inside the school, they said they want that hero label to end. The family says instead they want to focus on the failures within the system that cause law enforcement to miss warning signs on Nicholas Cruz. The Borges family also said they're concerned about a program in the school system that discourages the arrests of students for certain offenses.
Oh, you know what the other problem is? This kid is not the little white kid either.
No, yeah, Scotty boy.
That's going to be
Scotty boy.
That's not a little Kyle Kashev sitting up there. That is a brown kid. Do you understand that if Scott Israel gets elected again, it had to be because of fraud? No person in their right mind would ever vote for him again. You could run a turnip against him, and the turnip would win by a majority. You could run Roy Moore against him, and Roy Moore could go in there with his fucking horse and destroy him.
Please bring the horse.
Bring the horse. So, again...
Yeah, you really could bring out anybody.
You know how many people... You know how many officers right now are probably chomping at the bit? Older officers that are ready for this? You know how many?
It would be awesome if we had the resources and the money and the time to do it. I would totally film like a joke series of sketches of us where we're the two campaign guys and we're shopping for somebody to fucking run against.
No. Why don't we make our dreams a reality? Because as Daniel Bryan says, if you work for your dreams
will work for you.
Your dreams will work for you.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
If you guys go to patreon.com/we're-not-tar and become a patron, and we get enough, we will do more fun things like that.
I would love to just do like a whole thing where we're on the road going there and just like we're going to shop around, find us a candidate. Yeah, I mean, I know I got some people that are got a line into Kevin Spacey. Says his people says he's not doing much. He could easily beat Scott Israel. We just start shipping all these people that want to rehab their figure.
I have the carcass of the Austin Bomber. Would that work?
They want to go with somebody alive.
Okay, gotta be alive. I'm writing it down.
You know them backward-ass hicks down there in Florida. They always want you to run somebody who's living.
Harvey Weinstein. What do we think?
Weinstein is free. He would have to transfer his residency to Florida, though.
Okay. I have creator of Ren and Stimpy.
I'll tell you what, though. Let's not do Harvey Weinstein because fat guys aren't polling too well after Governor Christie.
Okay, so
people are turned off by fat guys.
I'm taking Dan Schneider off the list then, too.
Yeah, Schneider's
Schneider's
not a go. But somebody like a Schneider. It's South Florida. We want to get the Jew vote.
Right. No, I hear. Listen, I hear what you're saying. We want the Jew vote.
Can we run Gabe Hoffman against fucking Sheriff Israel?
Hey, Gabe, can you run? You'll beat him.
You literally beat him.
Yeah.
Fucking guy who's responsible for dead kids versus the pedophile hunter guy. Pretty sure you'll be all right. We will run your campaign.
Someone said Roy should run. He's qualified. No, I'm not qualified. I think. Well, no. Do you have to be former law enforcement to run for sheriff?
I'll put it this way: you know the area.
Yes.
You grew up in Broward County.
I did.
You used to do a lot of steroids.
Yes.
You're perfect to run BSO.
I could do it. Let's do it. I'm every BSO agent. You know what's funny?
It's an inside joke, but it's so dead on.
Do you know how true that is? Dude, it's so... I wish it wasn't true, but it's super true.
And you're an opportunistic guy who likes attention and loves to make everything about you. And Broward County loves to sign up for police TV shows.
Check.
You're perfect for this
I
job.
could do that. I like eating at Wings Plus, too.
You just do press conferences and talk tough.
That sounds
That's all
awesome.
you gotta do. I'll tell you what, we're going to root out the problem. We're going to find out who's responsible.
Yeah. We're taking him out. I have no clue what we're doing. If you think you're going to come into this town right here and do a lot of... What did the guy do?
We have 0 leads.
What did he do? I don't know what he did.
We've got 0 leads right now. Could they reboot Reno 911, but for Broward? They did a Vegas one, but why can't we do a Florida? Reno 911 would have been better if it was set in Florida.
They, Every time you would watch Cops, 80% of them were in Florida, too, the TV show Cops. Because it is... People think they're watching it for the crazy criminals, but some of the police officers in Florida, especially when you go to the weird areas of Florida, like Lake Okeechobee areas.
See, this is why I wish this show was big and we had a lot of money.
Yeah.
I would literally, if this show was like making like, big time fucking like Warski money or something, I would be out right now on the phone after the show trying to get 2 deputies' outfits.
Right.
So that we could just go out and film vignettes in Florida.
It'd be amazing. We'd probably get shot. Speaking of, so there was a fatal shooting in New York of an unarmed black man. And now it's coming out. Police have released footage. He was walking around with a metal pipe and pointing it at people like it was a gun.
I have a description for a male black with a brown jacket, blue jeans. The male was pointing a gun at people.
The NYPD received several 911 calls of a man described as a male black wearing a brown jacket, pointing.
That's what he was pointing at people, and that he was walking up to people like he had a gun.
Brown jacket, pointing what is described as a silver firearm at people on the street. The suspect then took a 2-handed shooting stance and pointed an object at the approaching officers.
You get shot for that, right?
You get shot for that. Don't turn this into a fucking race thing either, because if I'd done that in New York, I would be a dead person.
This isn't. Look, what happened in Sacramento was fucking gross. Like they cut that's bull. Look, again, and
Cops are horrendous sometimes.
Yeah, they can be
isn't
terrible.
one of those cases.
No, he was walking around pointing something that looked like a gun at people.
4 officers discharged their weapons, striking the suspect.
Oh God, this guy's fucking speech impediment is horrendous.
Officers immediately rendered aid to the suspect and requested an ambulance. The suspect was transported.
Why would you elect a spokesperson for your organization that talks like this?
Ask Cernovich. I don't know.
I gotta ask you something first of all. Okay, 4 officers discharged their weapons at the suspect.
Maybe he just got a root canal.
Jesus Christ.
The Kings County Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased.
All right. So they're turning it into a race thing.
And of course, he was just a good boy who didn't do nothing.
That's where we work. That's where we hang out every day. He was right across the street.
Everything Ira. That's right. He was a good boy. He sat there every day on that street corner. Every day just sat there. What a good boy. What a good young man he was.
What go on?
Sitting around on his street corner doing, I'm going to assume, you know what?
Playing with us. He come.
Okay, so they poured out liquor for him. Mike, you're a liquor connoisseur.
Oh no.
Is that expensive liquor?
Oh boy. Okay, so that is for those of you listening.
Are those plastic bottles, Mike?
For those of you listening at home on the audio only podcast, apparently there are 2 dumped out jugs of plastic Georgie vodka. It would be that jug is probably retail approximately $9.99, and it's a giant handle.
I'm trying to find out how much just the average price is.
Classy affair.
So you didn't even get out the best stuff for him?
They got 2 bottles.
Okay, well that's not bad then.
Across the street with the thing at the end, the cop car was coming from that side. They came up.
Lip quality looks terrible now. You know.
Well, you know, it's like he hasn't really been making any money.
They saw him with the stuff in the end. They make a U-turn. They came out the car. In 2 seconds, they start firing. They didn't say no freeze. They didn't say no drop your weapon. Nothing.
Well, here's the thing, bud.
You can explain to him?
Yeah. So here's how that works, right? When you take,
He speaks Jamaican. He doesn't understand what you're saying.
when the man take it 2 stance like that with him feet apart, and he holds out a piece of metal towards the police officers, you're gonna get shot, man.
Okay, I think.
Lot of mercy. Bada bing, 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 bong. I hope that helps.
This is the pigeon portion of our show. Like BBC has one, we do one too. Towards the end, we do the pigeon part of the show.
Fucking asshole.
They just start firing in 2 seconds.
Police did not have to shoot my son down like that.
He didn't have to walk around pointing a fake gun at everybody either, but he did.
They could have just beat the ever-loving piss out of him like they always do.
Now she wants everyone to hurry up because Neo's going to show up soon.
He was walking with
Sweep the floor. Sweep the floor.
with something in his hand, and they just came into the unmarked car and just shot him
I
up.
almost became the second replacement on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I was going to be the third mother.
They did not even ask him nothing.
Yes, because he appeared to have a gun aimed at them. Hey, you know that phrase, shoot first, ask questions later?
Yeah.
That's not like a jokey thing. Like somebody has a gun aimed at you, you shoot them, and then you figure out later.
Has a bipolar problem,
Well, maybe that came back to bite him, huh?
you know, and all he do, he drink sometimes,
Georgie vodka, I'm assuming.
and all he does was walk the street. Nothing more, my son. Does he?
Just a good boy walking the streets drunk every day out of his mind.
Just walk the street.
Just
And
a nice
complain.
alcoholic boy, yeah, man. Lord have mercy.
Pinochet in the chat. You're gonna get shot down through Electric Avenue.
And drink some Georgia vodka, baby.
Look, you can't point metal. And by the way, we've getting ripped on because we're not your typical Blue Lives Matter. Oh, our police officers are heroes. We
Thin blue line.
We give police officers shit all the time when they're fucking stupid. For example, the Sacramento thing, fucking stupid. The dude was on his cell phone.
A lot of you are retarded foot soldiers.
Yeah.
And I've said it before, too. Cop is like a working class job. Like, almost anybody can be a cop. They act like they fucking went to boot camp and fucking went to Paris Island and they're fighting at the tip of the spear against terrorists. Stop. You're cops.
And even if you fail the cop exam, you could still be a security guard.
Yeah, you're like teachers who actually get guns.
Yeah. Or future teachers, if Trump has anything to say about it. Future teachers.
Yeah. Or future teacher if you're a cop that shoots a kid who's swinging a muffler around. Whoops. Guess I'll go be a teacher.
So, look, I think that we take after what the Mayor de Blasio should do, what the Mayor of London did, and we're going to have a. If you're caught with any sort of bathroom fixture on you at any time, you will be subject to arrest.
Does that count if I'm flushing a toilet?
If you flush a toilet, unless you have something else taking from them, we're going to have a toilet license. So if you have a license and you're in the toilet...
Don't even joke, because New York's already almost there.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking close.
Yeah, sorry, it's $5 a flush now. So.
Wait, what? By the way, you haven't been in hell until you have to take a shit in Times Square.
We're in New York City.
No, I get it, but specifically Times Square. You better be ready to fucking buy. It's going to be the most expensive shit of your life because you have to go to the Chinese restaurant and buy something more than $10.
It's true. I don't think I've ever been. Yeah. There's been a couple times I've been. Luckily, the only times I've ever been in an emergency, I have to shit situation. There was almost always some sort of a comedy club around, and it was always a time where you could probably get in there and poop, and somebody would know you.
Oh, well, that's good.
Time to go.
It's time to go,
it's
man.
Time to go.
Yeah. Shit. It's fun. That show went by fast today. Thank you all for listening. Revenge of the Sis. RevengeOfTheSis.com/donate. How you help us out. Get all your fresh OG stories there all the time. Everything you give goes to the show. We want to film these skits that we talked about, but again, we broke ass niggas. Anything else you want to plug, Mike?
Just the Amazon thing. Like I said, if you guys are doing some Amazon shopping, head on over to RevengeOfTheSis.com/donate. Click on the Amazon banner first. Help us get a few shekels. We'll be back mañana, as the Hispanics say.
See you guys.